students get their hands on their own iPads.
I think they're just cool tools to use.
How these devices will improve their learning. Plus, the former Secretary of Defense Robert Gates visits Vancouver, the message he had for students, and the message two students have for the president that earned them a national honor. Hello and welcome to In the Know. I'm Jessica Gao. In February, Vancouver voters said yes to a technology levy for our schools. Students at Alki Middle School are now reaping the rewards, brand new iPads. We Learn correspondent Mark Ray was there and helped hand out the devices to kids.
Today is a really awesome day to be a sixth grader at Alki Middle School. Today, sixth graders are getting their iPads as the beginning of the Vancouver Public Schools We Learn One-to-One initiative.
Yeah, everybody's been talking about it and everybody's been excited.
Students nervously wait in line for something that will likely change the way they learn. Staff members, including myself, check out iPads to students who will keep them for the rest of the school year. But before they start exploring, they go to boot camp, iPad boot camp, in which they learn about digital citizenship and the care and feeding and safety associated with their iPads.
We're getting them all together and walking them through the steps that allow them to enter the district internet filter and then some management tools so we can kind of keep an idea of what students are doing on those devices from a centrally managed point.
The students learn from Principal Curtis Smith that with privilege comes responsibility.
These are the things you can and cannot do, really coming down from the administrator to the kids. Yes, we're excited, however, here are your boundaries.
While students know the limits, they're already thinking about the possibilities.
Definitely a lot of research for our projects, especially as I go through 7th and 8th grade, as there's more research involved, so I'm definitely excited to see that.
These devices also mean no more waiting in the computer lab.
Instead of using the computers because they're old and really slow, and so then you can just do your work and type stuff up and then just send it to your teacher.
And since they take the iPads home, the learning doesn't stop at the end of the school day.
Like they were saying during the assembly, 24-hour, you could go say to your friend, how do we do this math problem, or what were we supposed to do on the English homework again?
Most importantly, the use of devices like these iPads prepare students for college, career, and life.
Kids nowadays, they look more at technology than actual paper because the whole world's practically technology now.
Our community has supported the tech levy so our kids can have this experience, not just at a few schools, eventually at all of our schools.
Today's been a fantastic day here at Alki Middle School. Over 250 students received iPads, and as exciting as today is, the excitement really is going to begin as the students take those devices back to the classroom and change the way they learn and work here at Alki Middle School. For In the Know, I'm Mark Ray.
Thanks, Mark. The district has a plan in place to deploy more devices, replace aging computers, and update other school technology over the next few years. Of course, you can see more examples of school technology on our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/VanSDTV. Just click on the We Learn playlist for more than 24 stories. A school district staff member wins a statewide honor for her work with the homeless. Ann Galvis is the district's homeless liaison and coordinator for the HOPE program. In Olympia, she was named the 2013 Washington State Classified School Employee of the Year. Ann was up against 7 other regional winners and says she was surprised and a little embarrassed when she found out she won. But she thinks this award can help others.
I hope it brings more recognition to the issues of homelessness going on, because it's definitely increased over the years, and I don't know if people realize that every single district in the state and in the nation has a homeless liaison doing the kind of work that I'm doing. So I hoped it would bring more recognition to the programs that are going on and all the amazing liaisons who are doing some outstanding work.
And helps students and families who struggle with homelessness find resources so the kids can get the most out of school. Since Ann took this position 7 years ago, the numbers of students she has served has increased from 95 to 650 per year. Former Secretary of Defense Robert Gates visits Vancouver schools, delivering the Marshall Lecture to a packed house. Amanda Richter has the story.
The most distinguished, most honorable Dr. Robert M. Gates.
Robert Gates served as director of the CIA and Secretary of Defense. But as he told the crowd at Hudson's Bay, he wasn't always at the top of the class. He got a D in calculus during his first semester at the College of William and Mary.
I learned 2 lessons from that D. First, even if you're fairly smart, you won't succeed if you don't work hard. And second, I am standing proof that you can survive a D as a freshman and go on to make something of yourself.
His career with the CIA also got off to a creaky start.
But I have to confess that my efforts were less James Bond and more Austin Powers.
Once he hit his stride, he had the opportunity to serve under 8 different presidents. Yet the person he learned the most from wasn't someone in the Oval Office.
But the leader who educated and inspired me most was a figure I never met or worked with. And that is General George Marshall, in how he lived his life and how he served his country. Marshall was the gold standard for what I consider the most important character trait, and that is moral courage.
Drawing from Marshall's legacy, Secretary Gates gave the students in attendance some advice.
Character is being built today. Try to model it after Marshall and others like him.
He also shared a few of his own words of wisdom.
And so as you sit here today, you also have no idea where your path will lead. So don't be afraid to dream big. Remember that path must have a solid foundation of character and integrity. And you are building that foundation now.
After the lecture, it was time for students to ask him questions.
Hello, Secretary Gates. My name is Cindy Webster. I'm a senior here at Hudson's Bay. And I was wondering how your role as CIA Director influenced your role as Secretary of Defense.
Well, I think that the biggest aspect of it was having a good understanding of what intelligence can and cannot do for you.
The first part of Secretary Gates' visit here at Hudson's Bay is finished, but his day's not over yet. Part 2 of Secretary Gates' visit to Vancouver was here at Marshall Elementary. The last piece of his visit was spent talking with students there.
What advice would I give to someone who wants to do a night job? Well, first of all, you have to do all the hard work of preparation. You have to stay in school.
I'm Amanda Richter for In the Know.
This was the 18th Marshall Lecture. Past speakers include General Colin Powell, Secretary of State Madeleine Albright, news anchor Tom Brokaw, and Senator Daniel Inouye. Vancouver Public Schools earn a regional honor for efforts to promote community health. Clark County honored our Family Community Resource Centers with the Public Health 2013 Award. This picture shows several center coordinators accepting their award. While the award focuses on programs that provide public health benefits, these centers actually do a whole lot more. Family Community Resource Centers help families in a number of ways, and this year the school district added 3 more.
The school serves as the hub to the community.
Jennifer Bleckschmidt helps run Vancouver Public Schools' Family Community Resource Centers.
The purpose is to bring together the resources of the community to better serve children and families and help to remove barriers to learning for children.
And now the school district has 3 more centers at Minnehaha, Hazeldale, and Lincoln Elementaries, bringing the total district-wide to 11 FCRCs. Coordinators reached out to community members to see what services they needed on top of what schools already offered.
And really increased some of the resources that we already had at our schools, but just because of the demands of everyone's workload within every school, not able to meet all of those needs. So like Friday food bags, for example, have grown considerably just because of the amount of need that's out there.
FCRCs connect families with medical care, school supplies, English lessons, and more. All of the things outside the classroom that help children succeed in the classroom.
We've seen increased student achievement, we've seen increased family engagement, an increase of students and families having access and being provided with resources. So when we know that all of the partnerships that we have improved those outcomes for kids, that's been a strong indicator for us to increase the FCRC.
In addition to Minnehaha, Hazeldale, and Lincoln, the district has family community resource centers at the following elementaries: Fruit Valley, King, Houck, Ogden, Roosevelt, Washington, and Harney. There are also centers at McLaughlin and Discovery Middle Schools. Umpqua Bank supports the efforts at the Family Community Resource Centers with a $6,000 grant. The money will go towards student enrichment programs, basic needs, parent education classes, and more. As you may have noticed, there aren't any centers at high schools, but that doesn't mean there isn't a need. So Skyview High School students took it on themselves to help one another. With fanfare and media attention, Skyview opened its own care closet, a room in the school to hold food, clothing, and personal hygiene products for families in need. On opening day, as you can see, the cupboard was somewhat bare, but a recent food drive filled the shelves quickly. The ribbon-cutting ceremony was a big moment for student leaders who helped put the care closet together.
It was very empowering, and it made everyone feel good that we were actually giving something back to the people in poverty.
It shows that Skyview cares for its students and that students care for each other, and it shows that we all need the same thing.
Families who need items from the closet fill out an anonymous request. Students from the Life Skills classroom help keep the care closet organized. Skyview students try to help Vancouver's economy with a buy local event. Students manned kiosks in the school commons, talking to people about various restaurants, stores, and services, all owned locally. They held the event on the same night as parent-teacher conferences so that there would be lots of people coming and going and hearing their message.
Like, the more you spend locally at like buying products from mom and pop businesses or just locally owned guys, you put that money right back into the local economy instead of sending it to another state or elsewhere in the world.
The students interviewed owners to learn more about their businesses. As you can see, some students dressed the part as well. Some of the restaurant booths offered free samples of food to entice potential customers. This is the second year of this event. A pair of filmmakers from Vancouver School of Arts and Academics earned national honors from C-SPAN. They made a video essay directed at the president, and as Nick Vole reports, the subject of their video is near and dear to just about every student about to graduate.
What you do right now affects the rest of your life, basically.
Anna James and Gabrielle Gachet are looking ahead, and they're concerned about what they see. Juniors at Vancouver School of Arts and Academics, Anna and Gabrielle earned honorable mention in a national documentary competition sponsored by C-SPAN.
Anna and Gabby got a certificate and a cash prize for being named honorable mention. But they're not the only winners. C-SPAN brought its bus to VSAA, and the students here get to tour it.
On board, students learn more about the mission of C-SPAN to document the most important issues facing our nation. For this contest, students had to create a message to President Obama about what's most important to them. For Anna and Gabrielle, it's the rising expense of going to college.
I am pretty involved right now in the college application process. I've looked at a lot, and I've been really astounded by the costs.
It's a really big thing that focuses on, our future and where we're gonna go, and it's really like some of the most important years of our lives, no pressure, but.
Their film was chosen for honorable mention out of nearly 2,000 entrants.
They really had a great range of interviews, and the students were very articulate, so for us it just was put together just the way, perfectly to get their message across.
Anna and Gabrielle know how incredible this recognition is.
Me and Anna had waited in Mr. Jeffers' room and gone to the computer at the exact same time because we were too scared to look at it alone, and we looked at it and we immediately started jumping up and down and screaming. We were so excited.
It's crazy to think that out of 2,000 kids I would have won something, and I never win anything, so this is a really big deal for me.
And while they bask in the spotlight, enjoying the accolades they've earned, they both know, better than most, the challenges ahead of them.
It's going to be happening to me next year, and so this was really beneficial for me because I got to, really learn everything that I need to start working on right now and prepared for next year.
For In the Know, I'm Nick Voll.
They're not the only VSAA students to earn national honors. Jasmine Biscara and Ben Caldwell are the winners in the 90th Scholastic Art and Writing Awards. Jasmine earned a silver medal for a collection of poetry. Ben won a gold for a persuasive writing piece. The judges sifted through nearly 250,000 entries and only the top 1% was recognized. Vancouver Public School employees are singled out for outstanding work. The March Excellence Award winners are from left to right on your screen: Jenny Mowry, a teacher librarian at Hauk Elementary; Deb Cushman, a secretary at VSAA; Carrie Newton, a T1 teacher at Marshall Elementary; and Jeff Lee, a 5th grade teacher at Sacagawea Elementary. For April, it's Carolyn Sorter, a cafeteria assistant at Fir Grove Vista; Lisa Courtney, a technology assistant at VSAA; Ixel Olivas, a fitness teacher at Washington Elementary; and Caitlin Newman, a learning support teacher at Anderson Elementary. Congratulations to them all. And congratulations to the Vancouver Public Schools TV studio. It's been nominated for 2 regional Emmy Awards for its program called Science. The Emmy is the biggest award in the television industry. VPS is up against stations from Oregon, Washington, Idaho, and Montana. This is the 2nd year in a row that Science has been nominated, and VPS is the only school district in the region to earn a nomination. The Emmy ceremony is in June. A McLaughlin 8th grader steps out of the box and takes 3rd place in a national essay contest. Instead of writing an essay, Utsaf Kapoor made a video titled "How Engineers Make Life Awesome." That video won him 3rd place in the Project Lead the Way National Engineers Week Student Essay Contest. Utsaf takes Gateway to Technology classes at Mac and is thinking about becoming an engineer.
It's fun and it's like basically how anything works.
Utsaf plans to go to Skyview next year and enter its Science, Math, and Technology Magnet program. If you'd like to see his video, stay tuned after this episode of In the Know. The Gateway to Technology classes at Mac take on a fun but difficult challenge. Teacher Cindy Hagan had her students build a Rube Goldberg device. Like the game Mousetrap, these devices use simple machines like levers and pulleys to transfer energy and move a marble through the machine. Students learned not only how energy works, but also how to think like an engineer.
We drew everything out, and then we started building, and then sometimes we'd go through some times when nothing would work, so we had to take it all apart and then fix the problem.
It was really fun.
And what was so fun about it?
Just working together and building everything and getting to know other people.
The students had just a few days to plan and execute their designs. Each group was responsible for one part of the machine that had to hook up to other groups' designs so they would work together. The theater club at Sacagawea Elementary School gives parents a night of magic and laughter. 4th and 5th graders performed an original play called Fractured Fairy Tales. 35 students spent 6 weeks rehearsing before the final performance. The play included a collection of fairy tales with a twist, adapted and directed by Sacagawea teachers. Plus, the students themselves wrote and performed commercials for fairy tale-themed products like Rapunzel's One Touch Shampoo. The students performed on 2 nights, filling the school gym both times and getting big laughs from the crowd. We're just about out of time, but remember you can see past episodes of In the Know on our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/VanSDTV. Thanks for watching. I'm Jessica Gao.